Good morning, guys. Um, the last video that I had posted, I was telling you guys that I had like paint the walls, and I was wheeled a bed and a dresser that a guy had since he was 17. So I painted that, and so this is almost the finished product. I just got to get a few more things like some pictures. This is what has helped me get by throughout the week and anticipating on starting these other rooms, but this is it. And so we're going to jump right into this video. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to get real serious, and hopefully it won't take me that long, but yeah, here we go. Good morning, guys. It is Sunday, and yes, I am looking rough. I'm still trying to fix up my room, fix up my house, get my house together so that I can have that set aside and done so that I can do all the things that I'm supposed to be doing and get everything in order. It's been a rough, like I said, every week has been a rough week for me. Just going through the motions. So me looking rough is just a part of the plan, but I promise you guys it will get better as the videos keep uploading. And so as we know, this world has been going through some different things, has been going through some turmoil. I feel like it's going to get worse for us as American people, but we just have to be prepared, right? We got to be prepared for whatever stones may be thrown at us, and make sure that we're all right, our family is all right, our friends that are close to us are all right. We still have things going on in our life, right? As of right now, we're looking and constantly hearing and watching the news about, Russia invading Ukraine, the inflation that is going on, not just in the United States of America, but across the board nationally. All over the world is suffering from inflation. With the prices of food, clothing, cars, your rent, lights, gas, everything is going up. So, we're going through a whole lot at this period of time in our life. And even with going through all that, we're still going through emotional things that is happening in our life. Those things don't stop. They don't stop at all. Whether it's, you may be divorcing your wife, you may be divorcing your husband, you have some type of detachment with a friend, you and your family are not getting along, you and your coworkers are not getting along, you could be at work dealing with something, and maybe the people that you're working with are just not getting along with what's going on with you. I mean, we just got a lot of stuff that is happening in our lives that doesn't stop us from living and stopping things from happening. So I remember probably about maybe 10, 15 years ago, my uncle told me one day, trust your gut. If you have a feeling in your gut that something is the way that it is, trust your gut, because usually that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what you're feeling. It's exactly all what you're going through and what you're tied into with. Trust your gut, because as soon as you fight against it, it will make you sick. So with that being said, last week when I posted a video, I was telling you about all these different things that were happening to me, which I discovered that I'm not the only one that is happening to. Everybody at some point in their life have the same feelings that I have when it comes to developing relationships, whether it's with your partner, your friendship, your co-workers, people just in general that you run across. We all have an issue at some point with developing relationships, developing just that kind heart to be able to be willing to help somebody through whatever they are going through whatever what you're going through, whoever is going through something. It becomes a difficulty because signs may come up that you think is a sign and it really isn't. This is why I only hang with a handful of people. And really, to be honest with you, I can honestly say with the handful of people that I hang with, I'm usually one deep. And one deep is a term where you by yourself. You hang by yourself, you deal with situations by yourself. You try not to put any emotional strain on somebody else when you're going through something because you don't know what they're going through. So, friendships. I had a friend that reached out to me yesterday that I have been knowing like forever. We went to school together. We hung out together. We did pretty much everything together, but I realized early on that this friendship was not going to go as far as I thought it was going to go because subtle signs kept coming up and there was no type of loyalty to the friendship and to certain situations. It was almost as if, or she did kind of like took a fall back and just came in when she wanted to come in when this friendship with the other people didn't work according to how she thought it was going to work. And this is why I always say my favorite phrase, I'm one deep. Just because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for the wishy-washy. I don't have time for you my friend today, then you're not my friend tomorrow. I don't have time for what you think might be a certain thing and draw up your own ideas about what you think this situation or that situation may be. And it's really not that, because really all you could have done was ask, have time for it. I've been in situations where I became friends with people and it had became a full-blown out emotional strain because one minute they want to be your friend and then the next minute they see something, whether they see you developing better as a person, better as a business person, better as a co-worker, better as a a friend or whatever, and they just can't handle it. And so they'll find ways to try to seek and destroy, and they'll do the deceit and the lying to try to get out of the friendship. And you're stuck there trying to figure out what you did wrong, when the reality is you never done anything wrong. That's the reality. People draw their own conclusions when something ain't going right in their life. And then when it ain't going right in their life, then they start knocking off other people who have been there in their life, that has helped them, that has talked to them, that has given them the utmost respect about the situation, has tried to be there for them, has prayed for them. Look, the time is now to stop playing with people. We are already, as a people in this world, going through stuff. So to be playing and tap dancing with somebody's emotions and have you thinking, oh, well, I've done something wrong, or maybe I didn't. No, it is what it is. My thing is, the reason why I hang by myself, because I just don't want to deal with that. I have done with it so much in my life that I pick and choose what I want to deal with, and if I deal with it, how I'm going to deal with it. I'm not going to switch it up for you. I'm not going to switch myself up for you, because all I can be is me. All I can be is real. And I don't do the back and forth. It's to the point where the time for the games and all of the stuff that comes with it is dead to me. Like, take a moment to step back, because what I do is, before you even try to play the game, because I've seen it before, I step back before you even can try to step back. I step back immediately, because at the end of the day, I'm like, well, you know what? It is what it is. I ain't got time for it. I'm just going to keep it moving. And whatever you dealing with is whatever you dealing with. If you feel like you want to come back and talk to me and we can have a conversation, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I think at this time, we are at a state in life that we are seeing that more often, just because of what's going on with this whole pandemic, not being able to gather like we used to, and fellowship and hang out. Just have a casual conversation. Everything right now seems to be through phone. The people that you gather up with, you only can have like a certain amount of people. And even though we have passed that bar with only having 10 people around and we can have a little more, society and the government has created so that we are scared to even gather with more than 10 people. And so now that we have transitioned from that and we can gather with more, in our mind, we're still scared. So it's like, I ain't about to cross that line and go out to eat. And it's like 50 people in this restaurant. And I don't know who got what. I don't know who washing their hands. I don't know who doing what they're supposed to be doing to make sure that everybody else doesn't contract COVID or doesn't get sick. I'm just to the point where I'm like, this is what the new norm is. And so because this is what the new norm is, now we are seeing a bigger issue with mental illness. This is all of what the government has put into mainstream America, to the mainstream world, about being able to socialize with somebody face to face. And so because we don't do that often like we used to, it creates a whole different level of issues. Meaning that now, just because I talk to you on the phone, I get to hear now. I get to actually hear what it is that I thought before is what it is. Because now, with you showing me, I can think, like for instance, if I'm standing in front of a person and they're showing me something, just in a casual conversation, you may be saying it indirectly to me where I can understand it, but I'm not really hearing you, paying attention to you, because I'm looking at everything else, which means I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm looking at your body language, how you present yourself, the way you shrug your shoulders, the way you move from side to side, the way you lift your hands up, the way your face is when you hear something that you don't like. Especially if you asking me about an opinion and I tell you the truth about it and you don't like it. All these different things. So at this present time, because we are not interacting with each other, we can actually sit on the phone and we can hear you and say, well, that's what they were saying from the beginning. That's what they were showing me from the beginning. So here's my aspect about this whole thing, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. If you think what it is, then it probably is not what it is. If you feel like that nobody is on your side, then there's actually either something going on with you, or you have an issue with something, and you at this present moment where it's like, to hell with everybody. That's how I felt last week. It was like, to hell with everybody. I ain't got no time for it. I ain't trying to deal with it. Ain't nobody pushing forward to help me. Ain't nobody pushing forward to be on my side. Nobody's giving me resources or trying to give me. That's exactly how I was feeling last week. But as the days went on throughout the week, I had to remember that I can't depend on nobody else to do it for me but me. I can't depend on my family. I can't depend on my husband. I can't depend on my friends, co-workers. If it's something that I'm destined to do, it has to be done through me, because I am the only one. You are the only one who knows how you want it done and how to get it done. As far as for not depending, I'm not saying like, oh, I can't depend on nobody, but I'm saying there's certain situations that you can't rely on anybody but your own instincts. Trusting your gut to get the job done, because nobody else is going to get it done like I would get it done and do it the way that I want to do it. If you are a person like me that is a loner, I could talk to everybody. I'm probably one of the nicest people that you probably would ever meet. I'm pretty sure there's some other people like me. Today, I'm a loner. And I'm a loner due to the circumstances and the situations that I have been in that has allowed me to say, you know what? I'm just not going to do that situation anymore. I'm not going to deal with that situation anymore. I'm going to deal with it in my own way. And then it is what it is. If you got a problem with it, you just got a problem with it. Because at the end of the day, I have to have a sane mind for myself to continue to live the life that I want to live. It's not about everybody. It's only about you and how you feel. I hope that this touched someone today. If you like the content that I have posted in the previous weeks, even this content, please make sure you subscribe and you like the video. And also comment on what you think about this situation. What you think about the content that I posted today. What do you think about trusting your gut and trusting your instincts to know that a person ain't for you, or this job is not for you, or this situation is not for you? List your comments below. I would love to hear what you have to say so that on the next video we can address it with the next content that is being posted. Thank you so much. Thumbs up, notification bell, click both of those. And remember, again, please subscribe. Until next time.